Hey, what's up everybody? My name's Adam, you're watching PictureLocked, and today we're gonna be reviewing more reviews on the show called Review. You want me to say review a few more times? Cause I'll do it. Today we're gonna be talking about Spider-Man Into the
Spiderverse, which I didn't expect to like near as much as I did.
I knew the animation was gonna be cool, and I saw it pretty much just for that, but I actually ended up loving the whole movie a ton. I liked all of the characters, even the ones that I thought were gonna be annoying. I liked the story, and I think it opens up a whole lot of other cool things that they can do in this universe. And the animation was even better than I was expecting, which is saying something because I was expecting it to be awesome based on the trailers, but there's no way the trailers on YouTube with YouTube's terrible compression and on your tiny, tiny monitor can possibly showcase every little detail that they've added and every little touch that makes it feel like a comic book. It's all so well done, and it really feels like you've fallen into a comic book, which is super cool. Who can give me those 2 hours back? Seriously, what a waste of time and money. Might have liked it if I was 6 to 12. Don't understand why it's getting all those great reviews. If you're not going with kids, save your time and money. Go see another movie. It's getting great reviews because not every adult has been robbed of their childlike joy for the world. Some adults can still enjoy things that are also meant for children because they're still fun and funny and enjoyable. What? This movie had the worst animation I've ever seen. The plot was totally lame. Alright everybody, let's quickly congratulate Alan for seeing his first ever animated movie, because that is straight up the only way that this could be the worst animation he's ever seen, if it is also the only animation he's ever seen. Just horrible. Wish I could give 0 stars. Pretty sure ratings are being censored on Rotten Tomatoes again for SJW purposes, because there is no way this movie is a 97%. Whew, okay, I wish I could give your review 0 stars. Actually, I guess I can, because I'm doing a show where I review reviews, so that gets a big fat 0, because I'm pretty sure your ability to accurately and fairly review movies is being censored by the fact that you were raised in, like, the 1940s, probably? So, yeah, that's a 0. Nate says, best movie I have ever seen, please see it! And then he gives it a ½ star. So I guess Nate just really fucking despises movies. Because the best movie he's ever seen is still only a ½ star. Damn, Nate, that's rough, dude. This movie was disappointing, and not as good as the Tom Holland Spider-Man movies. The plot was very simple and predictable, and did not correspond, nor did it add on to really any other Marvel movie. This movie wasn't supposed to correspond or add anything to the other Marvel movies, because it's not in the same universe. It's animated. How did you expect it to fit into the Marvel Cinematic Universe? Like, did you think Marvel was gonna start putting an animated Spider-Man into their live action movies? I don't know. Also, the animations were good, although I personally was not a fan. It looked like it was pulled out of a comic book, which, although was the goal, was not satisfying to the viewer. I would not recommend Spider-Man Into the Spiderverse. I personally found it super satisfying. The little kapows and kapoofs. Just added a little bit of extra punch to everything, which the animation didn't even really need because everything felt like it had good weight to it. All of the impacts felt solid and satisfying, and the animation was super, super smooth for the most part. So, I don't know, you're a hard one to satisfy, I guess. You need it to be extra satisfying. I think Marvelous should go and learn from DC when it comes to animation. This is just trash. Yeah, come on, Marvelous, get your shit together. You know, DC, maker of such masterpieces as Batman vs. Superman, Justice League, and Aquaman, some of the greatest films of our time. You gotta start taking notes from them, dude. Come on.
So that's it? What, we some kind of Suicide Squad?
Oh shit, that's the name of the movie. Wow, it must be a really well-written movie if they worked that one in there. I thought it was an amazing movie for an animation. I would have loved for this to be a live-action movie more. They have made all other films superhero movies what the hell? They've made all the other films superhero movies live action, but when it comes to Miles, it has to be animated? I actually think that a lot more superhero movies should be animated. It makes sense, especially with superheroes who came from comic books and are in all of these action sequences and do all this crazy shit, that they would be animated, because animation, the only limit is your imagination. There is something really fun inside, like a talking spider pig, but I don't found what's so interesting of the other. I'm glad to hear that you liked Spider-Man. Glad that you found something interesting inside. But I'm not sure why your review for the 1972 film The Other is bringing down your score for Spider-Man. I guess we're getting a twofer on this one. We get 2 reviews for the price of 1. So, you know, I'll give that one a couple points. The movie had some really fun ideas and scenes with an interesting plot, but it was too cartoony, even for a cartoon. The enemies had no depth of character and looked ridiculously plus-sized. It felt disingenuous and silly stupid for Spider-Man's world. The introduction of Miles has been long overdue, and it's about time he had some attention in a big way. What does too cartoony for a cartoon mean? Because I don't know. The movie felt like a comic book, yeah, but comic books aren't that cartoony either. And the movie actually had a pretty dark tone a lot of the times too. It's not like it was some like bubbly, super colorful, although it was super colorful, but it was also dark at the same time. It wasn't that cartoony and it felt real in a way, despite how stylized it was. I do agree that the enemies could be a little bit more fleshed out, but I think it was fun to see so many enemies reimagined in this movie, so I don't really mind that it didn't spend a whole lot of time on any single one of them, because it was cool to see all of them. Also, when he says that the enemies look ridiculously plus size, I'm assuming he's talking about Kingpin, who is the lead antagonist in this movie, and he has a very big, boxy character design that I actually thought was really cool. He had a ton of dominance whenever he was on screen because his whole body is just jet black and it fills the frame with blackness. That was a really cool stylistic choice. And no, it wasn't realistic, but he looks like a comic book enemy. So don't say that this is too silly for the Spider-Man universe. That's fucking stupid. What are you talking about? The whole movie they played songs from the album in their entirety, but then Scared of the Dark comes on. Lil Wayne's part passes, and just before X's part came on, it just stops. That alone makes this an unwatchable movie, and one of the worst I've ever seen. I don't know anything about Extension's anything, but I will say that this is a great way to review movies. If it doesn't have your favorite artist in it, then it's a terrible movie, right? So I'm actually going to start reviewing all movies in the future like this. If the movie does not have Darude, you know, the Sandstorm people, I'm giving it a 0 out of 10. That's my new method. I think that's definitely a super fair and reasonable way to review movies, right? Also, I don't know what is happening with Rotten Tomatoes, but sometimes if someone uses punctuation, Rotten Tomatoes just loses its fucking mind and does this nonsense. So I don't know. Do you guys need like some web design classes, or maybe you could hire some programmers to do it for you? I don't know, dude, just get this shit together. Overrated kids garbage. Fake PC Spider-Man is so SJW. How does having a non-white protagonist mean that it's too PC or SJW garbage? It's just that Spider-Man isn't fucking white. There's no other big SJW-y statement that this movie makes. So your argument, when you say that, is just, I don't want a non-white Spider-Man. And I don't understand how that could possibly be anything but racial bias. It's bullshit. Go out and enjoy the movie. Who gives a shit? Hated Penny Parker because anime is gay! I don't even have a response for that one, honestly. I'm just including it because it's funny. Thank you. I hate A. Oh, he hates anime! Oh my god! Wow, this guy is really committed to hating anime. And for that, I give his review an A+ out of 5 stars. I really need to like work on actually reviewing reviews if I'm gonna call this show that. One of the worst movies I've ever watched. Watched it with an 8-year-old and even he wasn't entertained. We left halfway due to how awful the movie was. It completely ruined the whole Spider-Man universe for me. At some points, I didn't know what was going on and thought they were truly making up stuff. I would only recommend this movie for babies and very young child, as their brain isn't developed enough to tell how atrociously horrible it is. I don't know why there are such good reviews for this movie, such a waste of money. Honestly. Proud movie reviewer? I don't know why tagging that review with proud movie reviewer irks me so goddamn much, but whew, that gets me right in the rage bone, boys. Yeah, there's absolutely no way an 8-year-old didn't want to sit through this movie. Even if they didn't understand what was going on or they didn't like the animation, there's still so much going on in the movie and it's so fast-paced and so poppy, and you've got this loud, like 7.1 surround sound around you. There's no way that's not exciting for an 8-year-old. So you either made them up or you ripped your poor kid out of this movie halfway through because you didn't like it. which, I don't know. I don't know which would be better. You making it up or you torturing an 8-year-old? Also, you thought they were truly making stuff up? You mean like what an original movie does? Do you think all movies are nonfiction? How could that not be a good thing? Does Spider-Man need to be based on reality now? All right, that's gonna do it for this one. I've actually been sitting here recording for over 2.5 hours at this point because there were so many reviews for this movie versus the last 2 review episodes I did. But it was worth it because I think we found some good ones. And now I have to edit all that footage down into a 10-minute video. So that will be fun. Luckily, I don't have to do the outro on this video because although no one responded to the Craigslist ad that I made in the last video, I have created this handy device that will allow me to enter the Atomverse and find another Atom to do the outro for me really quick. So I'll just hit this and I'll send him a script and we'll be well on our way. So enjoy the new host.
Hi. Hello there. This is Adam. You're watching PictureLocked. Let me know what you thought of the new film from Marvel? Okay, in this dimension, it's called Marvelous, but sure. I hope you enjoyed. Be sure to subscribe and smash that MF like button.
Great, so it looks like I just suck at outros in every possible reality. So they're canceled. Outros, just indefinitely canceled. So I guess let's can we just cut? Let's cut this. Hey, hi. If you haven't followed me on Twitter, there's a link down below. There's also a Twitch link down there because I stream video games sometimes.
Getting sick of constant negativity, searching for some clarity. Try to switch my mind around, reversing the polarity, and scuttle through the undertow, an urgent need for therapy, coercing me to stray from my roots. I've even practiced sacrificing bad news to Aphrodite statues, antagonized by past dues and camera shine.